This is the Retro Roundtable!
So today we are doing the Batman Returns review on the Super Nintendo version, which came out
1993
nice
for the Super Nintendo. The movie came out in 92. Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Danny DeVito, all in this Tim Burton classic. This game starts off with Batman racing to save Gotham City. Once again, it's winter, and the circus is in town, unfortunately, with cannons, Uzis, and fire-throwing people.
Right. One thing I thought that was interesting that you saw earlier was that Batman can actually send his enemies flying to the back in the wall. The guy we were just dealing with there, he's a pain because the only way you can kill him is by throwing things at punching him in the face. So now we're on to a boss scene here, which takes a while to beat down. And finally, Batman goes to save Selina Kyle from this weirdo.
The next stage sees you platforming in a fire area using your grappling hook, which takes forever. And then you go to this boss dude that is very cheap because he can punch you and basically send you flying across the screen. And your punches obviously don't do a lot there. So it takes a while to defeat this guy. So.
And finally, the way I figured to kill him is by using the grappling hook to kick him. But the only bad thing was it drains your energy, although it does help you. Now we enter Catwoman, who's not that easy to deal with. She's kind of annoying, but a way that I was able to bring her down was using the explosive there, which you press L, R, and Y, I believe, to bring her down. But other than that, her whip is really annoying, and then she swings back and forth with annoying cartwheels, which doesn't make it easy to hurt her. And as you see, she keeps constantly kicking me. So bring her down with the explosive and a batarang.
This game is very classic of the Capcom style beat 'em up from Final Fight or maybe a Streets of Rage beat 'em up. This is another Catwoman fight that comes shortly after that. She's super hard here, and the shadows don't help either because she obviously is dressed all in black and ducks away so you can't see who she is.
Right, and yeah, and she's harder in this stage than she was in the last one. My other problem with this fight is not only do you get a handful of Catwoman, but also the next part of the stage you have to deal with Penguin too, so it's a double challenge in one stage, which does not make it easy to get through this level alone.
Yeah, after you finally defeat Catwoman and she takes off with the Winter Princess, then you are on the rooftop and you have to deal with the Penguin immediately after. So after Catwoman drains all your energy, you have to deal with the flying attack of Penguin, who's dropping umbrella bombs on you and flies across the screen and takes off every time you try to hit him.
Right, and the other thing that's really a problem for Penguin is that even though you do punch him, it seems like there's no weak point to this guy. The batarangs don't help you, and using the grappling kick thing, which doesn't help you here because he's flying left and right on the screen. So again, you have to use the explosive to bring him down, to bring down his energy and all that, and then it can get you so much to the point where you wind up losing a life because of Penguin, who's one of the biggest pain in the ass bosses in the game.
The crazy part is that he's such a large character. Like, Catwoman is obviously made smaller, thinner, whereas the Penguin's made larger, so he takes up a lot of the screen, but he's still very difficult to try to hit because he flies in and out sporadically. His pattern across the screen is kind of difficult, but eventually you get through that. And then you move on to the driving stage with this van that actually probably is the easiest boss in the entire game.
Exactly, because even though it may take a while to beat this guy down, it's really not as bad as all the other bosses in the game. So the Batmobile stage is actually pretty fun in a way. Now on to the next part with this guy, which he's
the organ grinder with the jumping monkey in the background.
Yes, he's difficult because, as you see, he has a white bar, which is like the only boss in the whole game before you fight Penguin again. Before You finally bring him down once again, just takes him a while to be beaten. Here we go to Penguin's Duck. This is the second to last boss in the game, and the Duck is pretty hard to beat because because he shoots his missiles at you, and although you can beat him down with punches and batterings, but if you get too close to him, he winds up ramming into you or he squashes you just like he does there. And finally, on to the last boss, which is Penguin once again. You find him in the lair this time instead of on the rooftop, but unlike the first time, he's a little tougher this time because he has a white energy bar which takes a while to bring down, which makes you have to use your test tubes again, your grappling kick move, and all that fun stuff. So
plus, he takes off in the air again. He starts flying around the screen. He also does this weird jumping thing that's pretty odd since he's such a large guy that he can just hop across the screen. Eventually, you sock him in the face, and then it's game over. This game is presented by Konami, made by people who know really good games, along with the Capcom people. And after sitting through this and sitting through the credits, you're pretty much waiting for the game to return to the game screen, start your next, if you wanted to play it again, or if you just wanted to mess with something else, you see the intro again. So I think many people would be surprised that when they get to this point, that the game designers decided to have fun or just try to make you play it again. I don't understand why this was there.
And here's one of my biggest pet peeves about the ending here. All you get smacked with is a challenge hard mode, but it never fades out, which caused you to hit the power button, unfortunately.
And that's our game review. For the Retro Roundtable, I'm Kuma632.
And I'm Punisher BK.
And we're going to leave you with saying, if you're going to play some games, play some retro games.